officially become the catch-all for everything. But I have finished up all of my kitchen stuff. The only thing I have left is to finish the sourdough. That's got to go through its stretching folds. And then it's going to sit for a few hours. We have church tonight, so I'll probably bake it when we get home. That way tomorrow we'll have some fresh bread. I am trying really hard to stay out of the grocery store. It's inevitable. I have to go, but I'm trying to limit what I buy from the grocery store. Things like bread. I've kind of fallen in this rut, and it's easy to just grab a cheap loaf of bread, but easy doesn't mean better. So I am making an extra effort to get my sourdough starter out and make some sourdough. So I said all that to say I'm trying a new recipe, a new way of doing it. The way I normally do it, which is my friend's recipe, is fantastic. It just takes a long time and it has to overnight ferment in the fridge, and I don't have room for that. So I'm trying a recipe by Farmhouse on Boone, and we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's fine because she's like the sourdough master. But I came out here to feed the cows and just give them a once over. It got down to 16 degrees last night, so I'm just checking on them, and then once I get done with them, I'm going to run over to the greenhouse and check the greenhouse because, yeah, 16 degrees is pretty cold. And I just planted all that garlic, which should be fine. Everything should be okay, but I'm just going to put some eyes on it and make sure it doesn't need to be watered. And take all the veggie scraps that I have from earlier and throw them in the compost. I'm giving Ruth a scoop and a half since she is pregnant. I kept saying she was due in February, and I went back and did some date calculator. She's actually not due till the beginning of March, but she's still pretty far along. And as I can relate, us pregnant girls can eat. So she gets a scoop and a half. And then Maple just gets like very little. Just enough to keep her, gosh, it's bright. Just enough to keep her out of Ruthie's food. By no means a composting expert. My style is more, if I remember it, I put it in the bin, and that's about as far as it goes. I also wanted to check on my butternut squash because they're out here in the greenhouse. I don't have anywhere else to put them for now. They look pretty good. I don't see any like soft or rotten parts. All of my onions, they look the best they've ever looked. My rhubarb's hanging out over there. These guys are still showing some new growth, so I think everything's gonna be just fine. One thing I did is I kept back the extra kombucha liquid. I put half of the SCOBY like floated down to the bottom and the other half rested on the top, which is good. You want it to rest on the top. So the one that floated down to the bottom, I didn't need it, and from what I understand, that's not generally a great sign. So I threw it in the compost, and I will just add this liquid to the water I'm going to use to water my green stalk and the onions, and it'll just give it some fertility to the water and some minerals and vitamins, and plants love all that. Got little sprouts, and considering that it got really cold last night, they look really good. Alright, my final task for the day, and I am going to call it quits, is pulling out a package of pork chops. I was actually pretty excited that I found 2 more packages when we were putting all the deer meat out, because this is a quick and easy meal, especially if I forget to thaw it out or it's kind of later in the day. They thaw quick and they cook up quick. I'll probably do some roasted broccoli and cauliflower from the veggies I cut up earlier, and maybe some mashed potatoes. We have quite a bit of mashed potatoes that need to be eaten up, so, or quite a bit of potatoes that need to be eaten up, so that'll be a very yummy dinner. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and may the Lord bless and keep you. Until next time.